London, it's got a different vibe. Honestly, man. Right now, I think he's the best producer as we speak today. I'm gonna let his work ethics and his work and his music and the hits speaks for itself.
I fought with a lot of producers, but ain't nobody better than the nigga. He ain't nothing to play with. If I could, I'd sign him for 100 years. I could.
Did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle.
This shit in the making, boy. He gonna be history. I think he gonna be the best producer ever. And then learning on the motherfucking train and play with
ATL, I'm back with another special edition of BackTrak. It's the #1 co-signer Don Cannon, and I'm here with another legend, London on the track. Make sure you go to Tomorrow, shoptomorrow.com and get all the new fitteds, all the new gear. Make sure you like and subscribe now. Lifestyle, you know it ain't nothing like it. Yeah, y'all, it's the #1 co-signer. We are here with BackTrak. We have landed in ATL at another goat farm. Let me tell you why it's the goat farm. I'm sitting with one of the many, many people that we could call a goat. Also, extended family alert. My man, London on the track.
My brother.
What's up?
My wife.
It's a long time coming, man. We've been trying to do this for a minute, but you're doing too many goddamn albums. My man doing too many albums, executive production. Shit, you scoring?
Scoring, yeah.
You scoring.
Yeah, movies.
Tell the people where you from originally. We're gonna unpack a lot of stuff today.
From Atlanta, Georgia.
Born and raised?
No, I wasn't born here. I was born in Tennessee.
Oh, you was born in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was raised here though. Yeah.
High school, middle school?
Yeah. Westlake High School. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Parents from there?
No, my parents stay from Tennessee.
Oh, they from Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay. What made them come to Atlanta?
She wanted to do something different, I guess. It was the best move though.
What part of Tennessee?
Memphis.
Ooh, Memphis. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what a Glorilla setup is.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. So we're gonna unpack a lot of stuff. Like I said before, I want to talk about when I first met you. I first met you with a friend of mine back in the day. They used to do our CDs. It was June, and you were in Patchwork. And I remember being in a small room, and you was just at the desk behind the refrigerator making beats. And I walked in there. He's like, "Yo, I want you to meet London. I want you to meet London." I'm like, at that time, I thought I was the hottest shit out. So I'm like, man, who the fuck is London, man? You know what I'm saying?
Still is the hottest.
Yeah, no doubt. So
Legend.
I came in there, I introduced myself, and I was like, yo, what you making? I heard some in the headphones, and I just noticed, like, it was a different type of feel. Like, it wasn't nothing that I'm usually walking in on. It was like lush keys, you know what I mean? And I was like, man, I asked you, I don't know if you remember, I was like, yo, you from the church? And what was your answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you came from the church and
played in the church when I was younger.
Played in the church, and you were taught in the church too, right?
Well, they didn't actually teach me, but I just, was watching and learned, and and I, learned, teach myself.
What allowed you to learn keys and different instruments? You play only keys, or you play?
I played drums, piano, organs.
But you got off the drums, huh?
I still play.
You still play?
I play.
Oh, you still play in church?
No, I ain't played church.
I talked to Zaytoven. He played every Sunday for the past 30.
He got a choir going on right now.
He told me.
Choir.
Yeah, he told me.
What say? Yeah.
He told me.
He went next level with it.
He told me. Did somebody help you out as far as getting the transition into the music business?
I would say I just grew with the rich kids back in high school.
Birdie told me you rap too. I didn't know that. You was in a rap group before you started making beats?
I was in a rap group called Them Savages. They was a big part too. Bunny Savage, Them Savages, Young Boot.
Okay.
And the Rich Kids.
Okay. You ain't like rapping?
Nah, I did. I did at the time, but I don't know. It just people was just they kept asking for the beats, and I just kept getting more successful with making the music. And I was like, I'm just stick to what I'm good at doing. I mean, I was good at rapping too, but music. I mean, I don't know. I fell in love with just making the beats for everybody.
Most people start making beats because they couldn't find original beats to rap on. Was that the case in y'all's?
Back in the day, yeah. It was back in the day. It was like SoundClick was going on at the time, and a few other little websites. I was just that to-go-to guy.
Okay.
That everybody wanted. It was like me, KC, the B Monster, Willa Fool,
right,
DJ Plug,
Win
on the track, K on the track. I think at that point.
What was your first piece of equipment? PC, or was it like a beat machine?
It was Cakewalk.
Cakewalk.
You ever heard of it?
You the first person that came here and talked about Cakewalk. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. So back then it was Cakewalk, Cubase, and like 2 other joints that everybody was rocking with before.
Okay, Reason was 2, right?
Reason.
Yeah.
Reason.
Cakewalk, that was my shit at first, and then I moved over to Fruit Loop.
Or the PlayStation. I had people come and say, yo, they started on PlayStation.
For real?
Yeah, making beats on the
On PlayStation?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't never did that.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah. When you were a kid, did you know you were gonna make music, or you were into something else? Or?
Been doing music, but I started getting hot in the music.
Okay.
And I just, I stayed consistent with it.
Okay. And during those times, was it something you was like, yo, I just really love it, or was like, yo, I need to make a couple dollars, I'm trying to move around? Like, what was it that attracted you to like making music and being around others that make music?
I don't know, it felt good at the time. Just everybody, like at the time, rich kids like Schoolie and Caleb and them, they was inspiring, bro.
They was on fire.
They was on fire, and then they was super talented.
Yeah.
Still is. Thug too, like he was a big part in that around that time too.
That's when you met him, around that time?
Yeah, I met Thug when I was like 16, 17 when we did the Curtains.
Curtains, right.
And then School Welding too.
Right.
That was my first song with him. That was back in like 2009.
Yeah. You was in the mix.
Yeah.
You was
in the mix, yeah.
What was one of the things that led you to thinking about becoming that bigger producer more than just the local producer? Like, you have so many genres you're in, like you're in pop,
man,
you're in R&B, you're in this, but is that a play on just knowing how to play keys and being in the church like, oh, I can play anything, I can do anything, versus like something like me, I got a sample and I stay in a certain rhythm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I stay hip hop, sometimes R&B. I never got a chance to do a super pop record. Since you're in so many genres, I was like, man, I wonder why he chose to start there and was like, where am I going from here?
I grew up in the hip hop world and listened to all type of hip hop music, but my grandmother and my mother, they was heavy in the R&B.
Okay.
So they were always playing the Luther Vandross,
Yep.
Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, Marvin Gaye, a lot of people, man. Church had a lot to do with it too. That kind of like helped me form my sound to the R&B and really capitalize off of it. I would say pop. I listened to pop too when I was younger too, but I had went to Full Sail University.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, when I went, I went
to how to engineer.
Yeah, to learn how to engineer. I didn't really want to do the engineer, but I just wanted to learn it. Anyway, I wanted to just be ahead. You feel me? So I went to Full Sail University for about 2 years, or a year and a half, 2 years, when I was like 19, straight out of high school. It put me around a lot of different people.
Yep.
That do different music. I'm always an experimental guy. Like, I like to do different things and challenge myself. I don't want to stay in one sound in one box.
Yep.
Being around the people that was at Full Sail kind of helped me evolve my sound to want to do, oh, this guy did pop, this guy did EDM, this guy did rock, this guy did country, and all that inspired me because it's something I never did before. I heard.
Damn, that was a smart move to go to Full Sail. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Just to be around people. I mean, one of the things I did when I came to Atlanta, it was a melting pot. So when I came here, I met all these type of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I met people that was coming from the West Coast, so they was bringing all that flavor. I met people from the Midwest. I met people from up north that I still knew in the South, and that helped me change my sound. Because when I came to the South, they was like, bro, fly away.
Right.
That was their joint back then. It was like, yo, fly away. You don't up north, you don't understand us, fly away. I'm like, damn, I gotta learn how to do this. You know what I'm saying?
It played a big part of my career for sure.
That was big. Did you graduate?
I didn't graduate. I was partying a lot and I was wasting a lot of my time and the money that I had got from the loan and all that.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm finna go back home. So I got back up with Thug, and then that's when
Yeah, that was early.
When I was like 20, maybe 19, 20, we got back to the music, and then we took off. So it was a good choice. At the same time.
That's a heavy choice. I mean, Orlando got a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean? In Atlanta, when you came back, did you know that Thug was going to be what he was going to be today? Or you always?
I did. Well, yeah. I feel like, I don't know. It's that circle I was around. My high school years and even after high school, I felt like somebody was going to pop in that circle. If it wasn't going to be School is, Thug,
they was all
talented.
Yeah.
Somebody was going out of our crew, like somebody was gonna go, and I was just locked in with all of them.
Yeah, it was just something about him. Like when I first met him, it was early rock star. Thug.
Yeah, he had a rock. Yeah, and then he hit him with the stoner, and then when he hit him with stoner, I was like, oh yeah, there you go.
Man,
it's coming.
Man.
So I was around him around that time, and bro, ever since, like, I was just locked in with him.
They brought him to us early, and I think it was like Danny Glover. Danny Glover joint was popping. I was playing the shit out of it in the club.
Yeah.
But I still didn't understand it. You know, I'm still up north. I'm still trying to figure out
Yeah.
the new sound.
Yeah.
So it hit me like, you know, that sometimes it hit you like a bug later on and be like, yo,
Right.
this dude's incredible past just the songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? At first, you know, when you coming up, like, it's just like the 80s and 70s. A lot of people had a record or two. It was big, and then it passed on. And, you know, you saw that shit in the South a lot because a lot of people just wanted a couple records. They ain't want a whole album, a whole career.
Yeah.
They just want to come out and do their thing. And to see where he is now was like, yo, I would have never imagined based on it. But also, when I'm around him, he was talking about music I didn't know he knew. You know what I mean? He could tell you.
He was?
Yeah.
Wow,
He could tell you anything from Slick Rick, the Paramore, to Marilyn Manson.
He know his music.
Yeah.
He knows his music for sure.
So that was a different part. So I understand your growth with him in that spirit. Did you have a manager at the time?
I think he was my manager at the time.
Yeah. Oh, word.
Yeah, when I first got with him, he was my manager, and then I had June
Okay.
come in, and yeah. Chaz Gotti was managing me too at one point.
Dope. Shout out to Chaz Gotti. What did you start saying to yourself? I want placements, or I want to get into just producing an artist and executive producing. What was more important to you?
At that time,
Yeah.
I wanted to just make sure that, you know, bro had everything he needed to become what he become at that time. It's still like that to this day. I just wanted to, you know, make sure whatever I could give him to elevate and us to keep going. Yeah, I would just put into it. So the placements was important.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, it felt authentic with him. It was just genuine. Everything around was genuine. So I ain't care, like whatever it was. A lot of songs got leaked at that time. I still was pushing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever we got to do to get where we need to be.
Yeah, that's part of the game. I mean, I did that too.
You been through the leak stuff?
Of course.
Oh yeah, you was in mixtape area.
What?
So
A lot of that, bro.
a lot of them songs probably didn't even.
Bro, killed me, especially with my records. You know,
Drummer Boy was just telling me that yesterday. Like a lot of the mixtape music, they wasn't making no money off the music.
Nah, we didn't make no money. We was just sitting there trying to get hot. I mean, back then everybody was on their build. This they calling card like, yo, I'm out here. You know,
Right.
we was running around. You know, we was still trying to get in the clubs.
Yeah.
Early. Like they wouldn't let us in the clubs. We ain't had a big chains at first.
Yeah.
You know, you come to the door like, yeah, you see, you know who I am. I mean, I understand the leaks. You know what I mean? The leaks was just part of the game. Shit, I was hot because, you know, I couldn't sit there and just play a record. You know, some people that had, like y'all know how to play a lot of records and y'all can do 10, 12 of those in one sitting. I had to find a fire sample, you know what I mean? So if I lost a song,
Chopping them motherfuckers up.
yeah, bro, but if I lost it, I was like, damn, I gotta go buy 5 more records. That joint just leaked.
Right.
It ain't like just sitting down. So I learned that later. Like I had people that was around. Jazzy Faye showed me some shit. Lil Jon showed me some stuff. Do you have any mentors?
19, 20 years old, Southside.
I never knew that.
Southside was mentoring me at one point, showing me like the ropes. You know, like Lex Luger was showing him. He was.
This was after Cakewalk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like I was more like 19, 20. I was in that era around that time, and he was showing me the ropes, bro.
Yeah,
I was watching him.
You better get on FL, bro.
Yeah.
What you doing, bro?
Yeah, we used to live together.
For real?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Me, Southside, Chaz, Walker. We was all
Yo,
same
that's
house.
wow. What was one of the things that he told you as far as mentoring you in the music? Did he say, yo, you gotta change the sound, bro, or was it like, yo, that's fire, but add these 2 things to make it?
Yeah, he was more like, don't really care what people, you know, think about your sound. Just give them you.
Just be creative.
Just be you and be creative. Looking up to him, bro, I always wanted to try to fit in and be where he was at that time. Like,
Yeah.
man, I gotta goddamn make this type of shit. You feel me? To be these folks. He's like, nah, just do you, bro. Just make your shit.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And create your sound. So he was doing the 808s, I was doing the bass lines. So when you hear like, you know, like digits and check, all those that's what separated me. And even Lifestyle, I was doing bass lines and shit
trying
like
to play
that.
the bass lines.
But still made it like trap at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely was a different sound.
Everybody was doing 808s.
Yeah.
So I was like, I bet, you know what? Let me come up with some shit. I seen in one of his interviews, he say he got a sound that I made. It was like a bird sound. It was like, hey, that I created.
Yeah.
He said he made a sound off of me making that sound, but he literally he know I made that sound off of 808 Mafia. 808 Mafia. So I did the
Fire.
He don't even know that.
That's fire.
I'm like, he looking at me like, nigga, I did the siren off of your shit. Nigga, I did my shit off of your shit, looking up to you.
He know now.
At that point, you know, so shout out Southside, bro.
Yeah, shout
That's
out
my
Southside.
real, like,
It's a good
brother,
brother right
you know?
there, bro. First hit record.
I mean, my real hit, I would say Lifestyle for real.
Okay.
But Tiger, Thug, we did Hookah.
Crazy.
That was my first Billboard record.
Crazy.
But my first hit record, I'm gonna definitely say Lifestyle because it's just it was a real moment.
I want to say, and I might be wrong, but did he record Hookah in Mean Street?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that because
Yes,
I remember us waiting for the Tiger verse
Yep.
at that time.
Yeah, he recorded that.
And I was like, ooh, this joint is out of here. We had no whack ass speakers in at the time. We had some Genelecs.
Yeah.
Shout to Genelec. I just fucking around. We had them speakers and I was like, man, this is crazy. But we was all waiting for Tiger verse, and when he got it, it was gone.
That was my first real hit record.
Yeah.
But my first Billboard record, I would say. But my first hit record for the culture, like, kind of put me out
Yeah.
in the forefront.
Yeah.
Was Lifestyle. And All About the Money came out before Lifestyle.
That was me.
And that was big too.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was big too. But I felt like Lifestyle, it was just, I don't know, it was different.
Yeah, we're gonna jump into that. A lot of the questions I asked the younger folks too, when they first get their first hit, they automatically entertain pub deals. Was that something you were into? That's something you thought about, or something you did at that time, or were you already in a pub deal?
No, I wasn't in a pub
do
deal.
a pub
I
deal?
wasn't in nothing. But I did do a pub deal, yeah, with Cash Money.
A little bit
With
after.
Cash Money and Universal.
A little bit after all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit after.
Yeah, because you know, a lot of people don't know the difference between the pub deals and waiting for your money a little later.
It's crazy because Thug told me to wait.
He did?
Yeah, he told me to wait. But it just, at that time, I was really just trying to get my mama out the struggle,
That's
out the
right.
hood. You feel me? So it was like, he was telling me, he's like, bro, don't do no deals, don't do nothing, just stack your money up, just stay around me. But you know, I was around the Lifestyle. He was getting the shows and all that stuff. So I was like, bro, I gotta take a chance. I gotta take a risk of my mama, cause she was still, you know what I'm saying? They still in the struggle.
Yeah, fact.
I'm trying to get them out. And I ain't look at it like that at one point, but I wish I would have just hold on for, you know,
Yeah. We don't know
a
it
year.
when
We didn't know the business. I didn't know the business at first.
Yeah, because I did it. I did a
We
pub
was still
deal
learning. He's
first,
like,
shit
well,
fall.
he told me, he say, you was a man, you a man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna let you make a decision, but I'm gonna tell you what's right.
That's right.
And he told me what's right, but I just had to take the risk. I took the risk. I'm out the deal though.
Yeah, if you fulfill your deal, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Brown paper bag money or checks?
Brown paper bag money or checks.
Let me break it down. Your biggest check, what's the most you've seen on a check? A royalty check, publishing check? What was a roundabout number? You ain't got to say the exact number.
A royalty check?
Yeah, or a publishing check or something like that.
I don't know if I want to say that number. It's a big number.
It's a big number.
Yeah. It's a big one.
So I'm trying to compare it to
it's
a brown bag.
It's higher than 10, just know that. I'm gonna just say it's higher than 10.
Damn, higher than 10?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord have mercy. Yeah, so
Higher than 10 million, for sure. I ain't gonna, it's way higher than 10 million. I don't want to say the number though, but you know, people might be mad at me.
yeah, the brown paper bags era when I was in, it was just people would come to us and just buy whole CDs from us at that time. That was the mixtape tape. Yo, I need beats. Just give them a CD, 15, and they used to get the brown paper bag. When that's how we ate, because we didn't know when the next check was coming. I did a pub deal early. I was in an MDRC deal. I had penny rates, and it was like, stuff you do on Asylum don't count towards your regular deal. And I was doing a lot of indie on, you know what I'm saying? So it's important to ask that question because a lot of the kids, they also want to know, like, should they do a pub deal early?
No, they shouldn't. I mean, unless you really need the money, just make sure the terms is right. Just pay attention to what you really getting yourself to. Get a good lawyer.
That's good advice, but people that trying to get a hamburger, what should they do? Because a lot of people only getting $500 to $1,000 for a beat now.
If they trying to get a hamburger, you might want to take the deal. But if you can hold out and really just put in the work and just grind wherever it is, if it's at your crib, if it's at, you know what I'm saying, wherever you work at, I would just say thug it out, put in the work, and just collect.
Mm-hmm. You known for being a collaborator with everybody. Who's your best collabs?
Man, Southside, Weezy. You showed me and Weezy been going crazy this year. Tommy Brown, Boy Wonder.
Tommy Brown's a dog, bro.
We did positions together.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? That's where the 10 millions and all that stuff coming from.
Yeah, for sure. Tommy, he get
Yo,
it.
Tommy. Tommy.
He low key getting he over there. Well, he probably in Japan somewhere right now.
Probably.
Or Dubai some shit.
Probably.
Fucking up that K-pop. As far as producers, yeah, man, Metro. Of course, me and Metro, we just did like a good 10-pack not too long ago.
Family.
The family, man. You know what I'm saying?
Family. Yeah. So in the collaboration conversation, we also collab on some stuff. You know what I mean? Far and near.
Yeah.
And we'll do more.
Yeah.
Your favorite artist to collab with outside of Thug would be?
Future.
Dog.
Coco Jones.
Interesting. Let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Why Coco Jones?
Oh man, I just love her voice.
And that's new.
It's new.
Yeah. So you love her voice.
She love her voice. She's a great writer, a great vocalist. She listens. It's important. It's important. She listens. And man, it's just we got a great chemistry.
That's dope. That gets you in your bag too.
She kind of goes off, like I can play something. She might come to me with an idea. I play some chords around what she do, or I might do an idea, and it's just the chemistry works. I go with people that we just bond quick.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
I would like to work with Tim's.
Tim's is dope.
She's a great vocalist as well.
We got into that. I wanted to talk about artists you haven't worked with or dream artists you want to work with. What are those?
Dream artists I want to work with?
Yeah, I'm still stuck at Stevie Wonder. I still ain't get there, but I need to do that. But
dream artists, dead or like alive or dead?
No, alive, because you still got to work with them.
Right.
Unless you want to do some AI shit.
Jay-Z want to, Taylor Swift. I want to work with Taylor Swift. I feel like me and Taylor Swift lock in, I'll give her some crazy.
I believe that.
Shit.
I believe that.
On another level.
I believe that.
And I've been saying that for years.
I believe that.
Bruno Mars.
That's a good one too.
I can lock in.
We're gonna make that happen.
Man,
that's long overdue.
I would love to work with Bruno. I like Teddy Swims too.
Teddy Swims is dope.
I want to get back in with Post Malone as well. So
good dude right there, man. Listens too, bro.
Yeah.
And good dude right there. Favorite projects you've worked on that just was so easy, just came, energy was flowing. You just ain't really had no real hiccups, no problems with it.
The easiest project, I would say the Rich Gang album was smooth. All the Slime seasons was smooth. The Summer Walker album.
Was it because y'all had like, y'all were already intertwined?
Yeah, he was just like rapping on anything I felt like was dope. I'd be like, yo, or if I'm making it in front of him, or if I just play the beat, he gonna try it. Thug, he just challenges himself. He challenges himself, and that's what I like about him as an artist. If you think about it, Hookah, All About the Money and Lifestyle, those are 3 different sounds.
Facts.
Digits check like all those 4 different sounds. And that's why I like him, because he a spider for real. He got 8 different legs. Spiders have 8 legs. That's why he calls himself Spider.
That's the bar, bro. He got 8 different dogs.
Yeah, he does lots of different stuff, bro. And that's me.
That's definitely you.
And that's why we work so good together like that.
Yeah, so Thug, Coco Jones.
Summer Walker album was smooth. The Over album,
dope.
Super smooth. We did that.
That shit was good. That's a good ass album.
He did that album in like 3 weeks tops.
No way.
3 weeks tops.
Wow.
So
mix master or just the ideas?
Just the songs.
Okay.
Mix and master probably took me a month with the features.
Got you.
But the album was done in 3 weeks. We really like locked in the studio, you know what I'm saying? And just didn't leave until we was finished.
Wow. Favorite studio in Atlanta? This is a trick question.
If you want to bring up memories, I would go with Dark.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's Bro Studio now, but back in the day we called it, Dark.
Dark, yeah.
The Silent Sound was good. Mean Streets, Patchwork, those 4 studios.
I call it a trick question because there was never a studio I was in where I was like, I don't like the vibe. I can't create here. Yeah. I created all of them. Doppler, Solid Sound, Patchwork. Just a history of it, a history of being in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And just going to these studios just had a vibe for everything. I'd take it all the way to this stuff people had never heard, like Level 3.
There's one studio I didn't like though.
Which one?
Tree Sound. I mean, it's far out, but I don't know.
It's a lot of energy there.
Tree Sounds just wasn't for me, I guess, at the time. I like to be around my people. Yeah, it just felt like I was disconnected at being out.
You never created anything good there?
I can create good anywhere, man. That don't matter. It's just I was disconnected. I felt like out there from my people. So
yeah,
I was just every time I go out there, I was just like,
nobody really want to travel that far to the studio. But I know they had the vintage equipment, so it was always something that I was okay being there because it was like, oh, let me try this. Let me mess with the SSL boards. And
I just like being in the city.
I feel you. I feel you. That's where it's close to home.
That's close to home.
Lifestyle. Let's talk about, let's take the image of where we was at. Where were you when you did the record?
Oh, I know exactly where we was. I don't know if I should say it the exact place.
But just the area
But
or
okay,
the time.
all right, this is when me and Slime was in. I was at his apartment.
Okay.
I think it was his first apartment. We was in the living room. I had some little Logitech speakers. It wasn't no Yamahas. It was like some shits I had from Walmart. And I had my keyboard. It might have been the same M-Audio keyboard, matter of fact. I think this is the same one, the M-Audio keyboard.
Crazy. That should be up
Like,
in the case somewhere.
Right. I take this keyboard everywhere. It's still this.
For real?
Yeah.
It never failed or nothing?
No. Well, it's not the one I had 13.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
well,
that same style.
It's the same
Okay,
one.
Got you.
Yeah. It's the same exact.
So you
look
it's
just
safe
like
to
this,
say
but I
you
think
bought like 20 of them.
right.
Okay, cool.
But I think this was silver. It wasn't black.
Okay. Yeah, it was silver
Mhm.
because it used to chip.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah.
Them joints should be in, trophy cases. Like,
Yeah.
they should go to.
I got some keyboards like that too. That's like for real back in the day that I still got.
For real.
I got just chilling.
Your first piece of money, did you just go equipment crazy and stuff like that? Like everybody else?
mhm.
What you grab?
I grabbed some better speakers. I did do that. I grabbed the Phantom. I grabbed Sub 37,
Duh.
the Chronos, and a bunch of little keyboards, like little.
No drum machines?
Nah, I wasn't in the NPCs and stuff. I wasn't in that. That wasn't me.
Let's unpack that. Why?
I don't know. I just always been on the keyboards. I never.
No drum machine.
Never. I got them now.
I see you on an OP,
I got the OP.
but you use that as a MIDI.
Mhm.
You got them there?
Yeah, I got an NPC now.
Which one you got?
It's the actually Tommy Brown. He gifted me one.
Oh, that's dope.
It's
The newer ones or the older ones?
it's new.
Okay, so it's probably the 2500 or something like that,
I don't know. I can't even tell you.
or the Renaissance, something like that.
It might be the Renaissance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got it though. I got a picture of it. I can show you. You gonna know off the top of your head. You gonna know how I know this. But yeah, he gifted me that, and then I started using it a little bit, and I just couldn't get into it. I guess it's just not my workflow.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own workflow.
I feel that.
I
I feel that. So PC or Mac? We got to go through that. Let's unpack that.
I like both, but I feel like the sound card just sound better out of PC.
I'm trying to figure this out. So you did the test
I did
between the
test.
two.
I did.
What did you hear?
I heard one being more heavier.
Bass heavier or just
all the way
more?
around. All the way around. It's like it feels like I had this in the Mac, one in one aux and another aux going to the same board. Press spacebar here with the same sound. And the PC was it was heavier. It was like
That's crazy.
it was wider.
That's crazy. Even with the new engines in the PC, it still sound like that?
Yeah.
What you think it is about the sound card?
I don't know. I didn't look too deep in that. I just pressed play and
Because I've had a PC.
and then when
I don't know
tell you how I noticed. Let me tell you how I noticed. I was in the studio with Playboi Carti, working on the Iron Music album, and I had both my computers because one on the Mac I was working with C-Note on the Mac at Hit Factory before I went to go pull up on Playboi Carti, but I didn't have my PC. So them beats that me and C-Note did, I played them for Playboi Carti, but I played them from the Mac. So I had two setups in his studio. I had the Mac right here and I had the PC right here. So I was ready to play this just in case if he ain't like anything over here. So I had them both set up.
Yeah.
So I played it from the Mac first and it just wasn't hitting right. Like, cause Playboi Carti played me some songs that he was putting on the album, it was hitting. So when I played my stuff from the Mac, it didn't hit right. I'm like, wait, nah, this shit was just hitting the hit factor. So then I played the beats that I made on my PC, and that shit was hitting.
Like loud.
Loud, bro, that shit heavy. I said, oh shit, it really is a difference. People been
Could
trying
he tell the difference?
Yeah, cause he did him. He did the songs. He did 3 songs. He pulled
Straight
the
off
shit
the
right
piece.
up. Yeah. He saw that shit hard right there. Pull that shit up. I said, okay, you know what? I ain't never carrying a Mac to make beats again.
Dang.
From that session, cause Southside been telling me like, you get your PC, bro. He been telling me so. I got the PC cause Him and Weezy already told me, like, you go.
So they back. I know he is. Weezy's back too?
Yeah, Weezy on PC. I don't think Weezy ever was on that.
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe I saw him.
Him or Southside, neither one was ever on.
I know Southside. Yeah.
But yeah, when they told me, you need to go, you know what I'm saying?
So you switched back to FL and took Ableton out too? Because Ableton sound good.
Yeah.
So you got Ableton on PC?
I got Ableton on PC too, but
Okay.
I don't use Ableton for trap. I use Ableton just for like if it's R&B or pop, you know, shit like that.
That's wild. Okay.
So it's clean, you know what I mean?
So FL, the new FL or FL11? So Southside we were talking about this. He was like FL11, bro.
Oh, he told you that?
11. This was years ago. This is 11 or 7. He said. He was like, "Oh, that new shit."
Yeah.
What you think?
Both good. Yeah, I like both.
And that's what you on now. You on the whole one.
When I work with Southside. I work with the one he on. I work on the new one though.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. All right, so we're gonna jump into the remake. Talk to you about now is when I see people creating that can really play, I automatically think they can't play if they don't have a foot pedal. When you have a foot pedal, I almost feel like, oh, he's serious.
Yeah.
You ever see that? You ever walk in a room and see somebody with a foot pedal or not with a foot pedal and be like, oh, he ain't really doing it the right way.
I know some guys that can play good without a
For
foot.
real?
Yeah, their fingers are just quick. It's all muscle and just, you know, finger movements. Like,
yeah,
I know some guys that can play without a foot pedal, like really good.
Yeah,
it can sound like it's a foot pedal.
Yeah, because I walk in the room and they be player and I was like, dang, you ain't got a foot pedal. I almost want to walk out the room.
Yeah, I keep my foot pedal with me everywhere.
For real?
Yeah, I need it. Yeah, I need it.
That's what you learn. Yeah. That's right, BackTrak right here at the GOAT Farm with the GOAT, London on the track. About to get into this joint. The process. So what's your normal process? You start with keys first, drums first?
I usually start with keys every time, but on Lifestyle particularly, I started with the drums.
Wow, why'd you do that? You trying to catch a rhythm?
Yeah.
What were you trying to get? You was like, yo, I need to make something different than we normally do. Is it something like, yo, I want something more West Coast sounding? Like, what were you aiming for? What were you trying to take on?
Up-tempo.
Up-tempo.
Something with soul. Like, I still wanted soul in it, but I still wanted the streets to fuck with it. I wanted to put like heavy. I know I usually do bass lines, but on this one, I did both. I did bass line and 808.
Okay, what was the first instrument?
So the first instrument was the hi-hats. I had to, you know, get the rhythm. So I just stayed like that for a minute and just trying to figure out what I was gonna do next.
So that was the rhythm. That was just
this was the rhythm right here.
And you ain't had no thought process like, damn, I want this shit to sound kind of.
I didn't know where I wanted to go with the chords or nothing. I was just like, this shit hard right here. I just knew this pattern that I did was the one.
Cold. Cause I would have felt the same way. Where do I go from here?
Yeah, where do I go from here? But I find it, you know, I was playing around with the 808, so.
So the 808 came after this?
Yeah, it came right after this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They gave me the bounce. I already had the bounce in my head. I was already moving like that, so.
I'd have never thought we always follow with the 808. We never really start with the 808.
So when I laid that down, my next thing was like, okay, I'm gonna put the keys down after this, but when I tried like keys and stuff, it didn't sound right, so I went straight to the lead, which I usually don't do. Lead is always.
So the piano ain't work at first.
It didn't work. It sounded too R&B, and I tried it.
Yeah.
So I went straight into like the lead. I like, fuck it, let me try some lead shit. So I did. So it was something like that.
You're right.
And I was just playing with it until I found it, and then I found the shit was like this. Finally found the shit. So then I kept that. Pitched it up. By the way, this is the same lead in Hookah too. I use the same name.
Once it works, it gotta work.
It worked. And then I didn't want to add no rolls of piano, strings, nothing. Yeah, I just wanted something that stabbed with that 808 too at the same time.
And with this lead, is this like, okay, this up tempo, this feel a little West Coast. Was that what you was going for?
I wasn't really going for West Coast. I was just going for something unique.
Yeah, because we normally, we hear lead, we automatically think, well, I automatically think palm trees, women.
I wanted to,
weather.
Yeah, it felt, when I made it, it felt like it was bright. It just felt like light outside.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I was on the beach.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Making the beat.
Got you.
And I just wanted people to like nod their head just like that, just like you doing. So I put after that, I wanted to put some punchy to it. Like I put like this little punch bass sound, punch mode sound. So it still kept you going. It still kept you on the beach having fun. I just wanted to party. I ain't want to do no West Coast sound and stuff. Because at the time, you know, Snoop must have, that's their sound. So
at this point, where you at? Was Thug in the room?
Yeah, Thug was there.
Was he writing or was he's going back
and
forth?
He was conversating in the kitchen.
Oh, he was just waiting for it to be done.
He was just conversating. He wasn't even, he was just talking. I got it to a point, I think I added like 2 more sounds after this. And then that's when he came over. So after I did this, I added some strings, some punchy strings. So it sounded like this. It's kind of doing the same thing as the punch mode.
What was your favorite plugin at that time?
Gladiator.
For real?
Yeah, I made all these sounds in Gladiator.
Gladiator was that joint.
And Electra X. The whole tone.
Yeah.
The whole tone shit.
Yeah.
So I stacked these sounds, the same thing. So I got it to a point, so I added a little unique sound. It's called Ethereal. To fatten it up a little bit.
I can imagine hearing this and being in conversation, and I'm hearing this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait.
So, but the first time they were still talking, they were just, I looked back a few times,
Right.
they were still conversating. They weren't even paying attention. But then when I added this one last sound right here, I'll show you. Let me tell you when he turned around. This sound right here.
That one sound got him
That one
excited?
sound, that's when he's like, oh. Then when he came over and just started freestyling.
Yo, that's crazy.
The whole song was built off of this right here. So he did the whole entire song just built off this.
Bottom to the top of my lifestyle. Did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle. It came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle.
He even did the verses just around that right there. Like, I'm gonna show you an example. If you remember this part, this is when I did the chord change. Right. But he did it on this right here.
So you really produced it out.
Right.
Got you.
I don't even think he remembered because we was just doing shit. We didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
We was just making music. Yeah. So he got on the track just like this. Did the whole song around this loop, the whole entire song.
Wow. So did you have to chop up some of the vocals and move them around too, or was he just had it how he had it, and all you had to do was just add different changes?
Well, he kind of rapped the whole thing because I was recording him. He kind of rapped the whole thing like a freestyle kind of, and then when he did the first verse, I think I stopped him, and I hurried up and like put the first hook. I knew that lifestyle part was the hook. I hurried up and put it over there. So when he's done like rap, like when he in his headphones, he was hearing it when he was rapping, and he hear it come back on. That's when to stop rapping. So when I did that, that's when he stopped rapping.
That's hard.
Because if not at that time, bro would rap for like 5 minutes. Put that hook right there, so he can hear himself knowing that the verse need to end right there. When he was done doing the song, this is how I put it together. I felt like it needed to change right there.
Jay, woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches, yawning. Why?
That's when I wanted to put the soul in it. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like that's when I needed to like take me to church a little bit. So that's
my breakdown. That's my solo.
Yeah, right. That's when I was like, okay, we gave him the fun part. Now let's give him the musical part.
Caught up like that, no way. We ain't got time to go see doctors. Jay, woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches, yawning. Why? Hey, this a show, bitch, I'm performing. I do this shit for my daughters and all my sons, bitch. Woo! I'm running random bands up, take out they funds, bitch. I got a mom's, bitch. What? She got a mom's, bitch. I got sisters and brothers to feed. I ain't going out like no idiot. I'm a OG.
And then that's when it
did a lot of shit.
When I did that, I was like, oh yeah.
When he heard that, what'd he say?
See, you don't like nobody touching nothing when he's done recording it. But when he got done with this, I think he left, and that's when I did the chord change. So I don't think he remembered. Well, bro, I know, like you gotta do it in the moment, because if you don't do it in the moment, you wait days, weeks later, it's like, nah, I'm accustomed to listening to it like this.
Right.
Demoitis. Yeah. So when I did that, I put these sounds to it. I put the Rhodes in it. I hurried up and did it.
Woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches, yawning. Why? Hey, this a show, bitch, I'm performing. I do this shit for my daughters and all my sons, bitch.
Addictive Keys.
Addictive Keys, yep.
Woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches.
And then I added like some little ARP sound that I got from Silent.
Woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches, yawning. Why? Hey, this a show, bitch, I'm performing. I do this shit for my daughters and all my sons, bitch. Woo! I'm running random bands up, take out they funds, bitch. I got a mom's, bitch. What? She got a mom's, bitch. I got sisters and brothers to feed.
And then as we talk about the basses, I add the bass in there.
Woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches, yawning. Why? Hey, this a show, bitch, I'm performing.
There's a bass in Logic called basement bass. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to use the sign out of that joint all the time. That shit sounded so good.
Out of Logic?
Yeah, the sign.
Yeah, I made this in Logic.
Yeah.
And when I went to Full Sail, they put us on Logic.
Yep.
So that's how I learned Logic. And I used the basement bass.
Woo! Hey, it's every morning. Put my back, pull up on the bitches, yawning. Why? Hey, this a show, bitch, I'm performing. I do this shit for my daughters and all my sons, bitch. Woo! I'm running random bands up, take out they funds, bitch. I got a mom's, bitch. What? She got a mom's, bitch. I got sisters and brothers to feed. I ain't going out like no idiot. I'm a OG. Did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle. Then came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle.
All right, so this is for the people that don't know. There's a lot of people around the world, right? That part right there. And even comedians have made fun of that part because they did not know what he was saying. What is he saying right there? So he could help these people out.
I mean, I'm gonna let him say what he was saying.
Okay.
I don't want to be the person that said it. He said
because he could be like, I ain't say that.
Obviously, it was good what he said because it worked.
I remember playing this in the club, bro. Early LA, early Vegas, early Houston, early everywhere. And everybody was like,
whatever it is, everybody singing.
But I used to love when they fucked it up because it was like, I got them. You know what I mean? I got these people rocking to a point. You know what I'm saying? But that's what everybody's like, we don't know what that part say. It just sound good.
It sounded good. That's all that matters. Everything he did sounded good. So
yeah, that was amazing. That was the amazing part.
I felt like it was just feeling some moment that he just wanted to, that it's just how he rapped it.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? He's saying what people don't know. He always saying something.
For sure.
It's just how he's
like
saying
people
it.
don't know. He got
you gotta understand him and know what
bars.
he's saying. Yeah.
For sure. He be saying some shit. I'd be like,
yeah.
Especially when he around rappers that he think really can rap.
Right.
He'd be like, I'm gonna watch this. And niggas come out like, oh shit, you actually said some crazy shit. Yeah. So that breakdown that you did that inspire you to do the intro? Let's talk about the intro.
Yeah, so when I put the Rhodes right there, I wanted to do something special. At first, I had the Rhodes in the intro that I did in the breakdown.
Yeah.
Everybody know me for playing the piano and putting pianos in my beats.
This was your signature, right?
It's a signature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy. That set it off. How about the tag? London on the track. How did that start, man?
So I just put that in there.
On which track first?
This one.
And that was, you used that.
The London on the track, yeah, I use it on that one. Tell them a lot of.
So you just
if the track was like this vibe,
yeah,
that's the one I use. Yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
I got different tags for different vibes.
And different tags for different vibes. So when this record was done, how soon did you go to the streets with it?
I think we went immediately, man.
Yeah.
Probably like a month later.
Yeah, that joint was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. Who was the first person y'all played it for?
Probably his mama, and then Birdman.
His mom first?
Yeah, I think the family heard it first.
Listen to this.
Yeah, and then Birdman, we played it for Birdman, and then that's when he did his thing.
I know you had to be excited. Like, man, this is one. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. When I heard this, and I knew it was the one.
You listened to it how many times?
Man, every day, because they wasn't playing it, I was playing it. Yeah, so, yeah. We listen to all our music like every single day, all throughout the day. I don't think we were playing anybody's music.
That's how everybody is when they focus. They just playing our own joint. So you could just kind of dissect it, see what y'all doing wrong, seeing what y'all doing right, and just loving the records. You know what I mean? Tell the people where they can find you.
Everything London on the track, on every social media, everything, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, it's London on the track everywhere.
Any ventures you want to shout out, people to know about?
Just know the project's on the way. So that's how we worried about right now. Project's on the way.
Right here at the GOAT Farm with the GOAT, London on the track, Don Cannon, #1 co-signer. You already know what it is.